All right. Hey, everybody. This is the the podcast where we talk about our favorite movies, TV shows, and the parts within them. My name is John Scott Massey, and here with me are my two best friends.
Megan Patterson.
And Haley Beth.
And we are going to be talking about The Mandalorian today.
Woohoo.
All right, guys. The Mandalorian. Do we love it? Do we hate it? What do we think? Just general, put it out there. What do you think?
We all know I'm a big Star Wars person,
Huge Star
so I
Wars
was
person.
very excited when this came out.
Mhm.
And honestly, okay, the TV shows in the Star Wars universe are my favorite things they've made in a while.
Oh, I would definitely agree. I really enjoyed The Mandalorian the first time through. Watching through a second time, I have some different thoughts, but that is my kind of thing. I do love all the other TV shows that Star Wars has done. I also like most of the spin-off movies. Solo is one of my favorite Star Wars movies.
That is
Controversial things, but I
Wait.
love
know
Solo.
this.
yeah. Actually,
love
wait. I'm
Solo.
sorry, but actually, okay.
Oh,
Out of the three of us, I know by far the least Star Wars, and I don't dislike it. I like Star Wars, but I'm not in it very much. So I've definitely seen the original trilogy, and I've seen the first two of the new trilogy. Maybe I've seen the prequels. I don't remember, and I've seen some of the Clone Wars
You-
when it was airing on Cartoon
okay.
Network.
You know what?
I really liked The Mandalorian.
Okay, good. I mean, you're probably better off not seeing the prequels.
Oh, yeah, I sat down to try to watch them all the way through, and I think I watched like 20 minutes of the first one, and I was like, and then I got distracted, and I never finished it. So
we can talk about the prequels later.
Yes,
I
at a
will
different
defend
at a different time.
a lot
Okay.
of things.
At a
no,
different
it's
time.
fine.
Gotcha.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So, yeah, Mandalorian. I think we should just jump right into it with our favorite characters. We can, if we can.
I'm ready. Are we ready?
All right. Yeah. So who wants to go first? Favorite characters.
Queel.
Queel. Okay.
Queel's the best. I love him.
I have spoken.
I have
That's so
spoken.
good.
I love him, and I've spoken, and he's my favorite and the best, and I have spoken.
He's so solid. And
He's
like,
so good.
I honestly did not think we were going to see him past episode 3.
I know, I didn't either, but I was like,
On
he's
first
still
watch.
my favorite.
On first watch. Oh, sorry. Spoilers for all of The Mandalorian, by the way, guys.
Oh, yeah, we
Spoilers.
should probably say that in our
You should watch
episodes. Maybe we'll just blanket statement.
We're just going to just assume when you listen to this podcast, there will be spoilers
Assume it's
for whatever
spoilers.
for whatever we go through. So
Yeah, I definitely
Yes.
okay. So I when I watch things, especially if I'm trying to pay attention, I always put the subtitles on because it's just easier for me to like get it all. And I on a note of like Queel is that like they only refer to him in the subtitles as Ugnaught before he reveals his name, and I liked how they did that with everyone. Like they say the child, the Mandalorian, like it was very consistent with like how they do it in the show, and I appreciate that. So
yeah.
just as a note, I thought his name was Ugnaught for like 7 episodes.
Yeah, no, I didn't think we were going to see him again. I was honestly like, okay,
didn't
well, that
either.
was a fun little character, like
Yeah.
a fun little thing. But then, they bring him
He
back at the
trusts
end.
him. He went
Yeah.
back because he trusts it. That's the one person. I love him. I Have Spoken Grandpa is my favorite.
I have
It's
spoken
very
Grandpa.
interesting how easy Mando trusts people. Like for a
Yeah.
Mandalorian and a bounty hunter, he's like, I love him.
Mhm.
He is my dad. He
And
will
he's
teach
valid.
me how to dad.
And he's valid.
It's true.
And then also, like, we can get into this when we actually talk about that character, because I'm assuming he's one of our favorite characters. But like, he does a lot of trusting in this series very quickly. And I think
Yeah.
that stems from like kind of his backstory with actually like knowing his parents and that kind of stuff, and having to trust that his dad would know where to put him and that his dad would keep him safe, and then having to trust the Mandalorian as a creed when they took him in as a foundling. So I think there's a lot of like, he has trust issues obviously with droids. Yes,
Yeah.
but I think it's just not, it's interesting that it's just with droids. And it brings to light all of the like droid rules and things like that, like whether droids are actual people or not.
Right. I do enjoy Star Wars droids. I have
Star
to
Wars
say.
droids are great. Speaking of Star Wars droids, one of my
Yes.
favorite characters is IG-11.
Same.
He's
But yes.
great, or they're great. We'll say they are great.
Yeah, I think they use he, but I enjoy.
Yeah.
Taika Waititi is marvelous as
yes.
him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how could you
Fun
not
idea.
love Taika Waititi
I
as
love
a spinning assassin babysitter robot?
The baby Bjorn in that
Yes.
action scene.
Yes.
Amazing.
It's so funny. It's so great.
I want to know what it looked like with because they use like a person, right, to like stand in. Like, I want to know what it looked like. I want to watch that.
I'm sure it was like someone on like 2.5 foot stilts.
Yeah.
And then just longer arms and a whole bunch of just dots for the CGI and stuff.
I love it.
I would love that. I would love to see actual footage. But I think having this series has a lot of like characters just coming back.
Yeah. Here's the thing of you guys watched it while it was airing, right? For the most part. I've just watched it now, like this week. But since I've seen a couple of things before, like I didn't have a lot of realized things, but I've seen IG-11 before, and so when he shoots him in the first episode, I was like, wait, what? Like, did people like him? Like, I liked him, but like, is he that big of a deal in one episode?
In one episode, yeah. So I do enjoy the fact that they do bring things around. I hope they don't do it too much in the next season.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be harder to do it in the next season.
Yeah, a little bit. Little bit. Haley, one of your favorite characters.
Mine is predictable. As you will see as time goes on, I love a lady with muscles.
Hell yeah.
Dude. From Alderaan, I missed that the first time.
Wait, what?
But oh my god,
I wrote all of those things down that they say in the last episode.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, no wonder she's so messed up and hates the Empire so much.
Oh
she
my
like
gosh.
Kara Cynthia Dune of Alderaan.
Dang.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. I totally missed that both times. Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, I caught it. Look at me go.
Good job.
Thank you, subtitles. Hey, shout out.
I'm a big fan of her.
She's such a strong character. And
she's such a strong character. I love her character, but even almost more than that somehow is just the fact that they have a strong, muscular fighter woman played by a muscular woman.
Yes.
Like, I love I love a fighty woman, but like when they give her when they let the actor actually have muscles.
Yeah, like Buffy's my favorite show, but she has like mystical strength. So Sarah Michelle Gellar is a twig.
A lot of hang on. A lot of fictional women have mystical strength, and that is a whole topic in and of itself.
No, I really like the actress too. Gina Carlo's great.
Yeah.
You would know her from Deadpool.
Hell yeah.
She's in Deadpool, and she's great in that movie.
Yeah.
She's hilarious. I like her little stint. Everybody has an arc with Mando, basically, and I like her arc with the saving the town and stuff.
Yeah,
that's super cool.
Yeah, that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, I was looking on IMDb. Apparently, people don't like the episode Sanctuary, but I really like Sanctuary. Saving the town trope is.
We can talk about that in a moment.
We'll get there. Another favorite character of yours, Megan?
Oh,
if you had one.
I'm not.
I know I have at least one more.
Why don't you go? Let me think if I have. Maybe like a mention.
Karga.
Yeah.
Grief Karga, the leader of the bounty hunters.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's cool.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, he was just like following the creed at first, right? Like Mando did break the rules.
Yeah, he's just following orders. But I think it immediately switches when Mando shoots him off his ship.
Mm-hmm.
Because knowing Mando, he could have killed him. Mando knew exactly where those things were.
Yeah.
So
can I mention while we're talking about him, can I mention one thing? I totally understand why this decision was made, but when you see him again later, are you telling me that the leader of this guild organization in this whole town can't pay to get his vest fixed?
No, not at all.
Like, the symbolism is great, but the fact that it's still there after like so long, I'm like, really?
No, can't get it fixed.
You don't have a different vest or something? Like,
nope.
Same outfit forever.
Nobody in the Star Wars universe changes clothes.
Fair. fair.
They're in the
Mando
same
does.
clothes
Hey,
for their whole life.
Mando does.
Yeah, but
It's a big old thing.
it is a big old thing. I do enjoy that as well. Yeah, so I think he's cool as a character. I would say that he was used more for comedic relief by the end of the series than he was at the beginning, but it was it was kind of expected a little bit, but like, yeah, there could have been a little bit more, but that's fine.
I do respect him drinking when everything's going to shit, though.
Yes, yes, as anyone should.
Yeah.
And Haley, do you got another one?
I think we would be amiss if we didn't talk about Baby Yoda or the child.
The child.
The child.
Okay. I looked it up because I was curious.
Yeah.
Yodas don't have a species name that Star Wars has named.
No.
So I'm going to be calling them Yodas.
Okay.
And
right.
he's a Yoda. He's a baby Yoda.
I kind of like the child, though. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like calling him the child.
It's bold.
I love the technical like accomplishment that is Baby Yoda, having it be half puppet, half CGI. I love that.
Yeah, it's cool.
It as a thing, and it has a meme.
Yeah, okay.
Too much for me.
I'm not a super big baby person in general. So any like baby thing where they're like cooing and stuff all the time, I'm like, okay, like,
yeah,
you're cute, I guess. I don't.
The little cooing noises, guys. The sound design of Baby Yoda is designed for Optimus cuteness.
The design is good. I just.
That's a you problem.
It is
definitely an us problem.
That's fine.
But
I don't dislike him. I think not my.
My love for Baby Yoda died when Baby Nut was born. If we all remember Baby Nut from the Super Bowl commercial. Do you remember when
I watched the Super Bowl?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I like women. Sorry.
So Planters Peanuts, they killed the actual like the original mascot, the guy in
I do remember that.
Yeah, they killed him, and then Baby Nut was born into the world. Look up Baby Nut for pictures. It is atrocious.
It was a bold move.
Yeah.
That was a bold move.
It was right after the Mandalorian. So like Baby Nut 2020 started with Baby Nut. Let's talk about this.
I don't you expect me to remember what 2020 started with?
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, I do enjoy Baby Yoda. It's just a lot.
I thought of a mention not as a character that I like, but as like a whole character choice they made. Where the fuck did I put his name? Fucking Moff
Gideon?
Whatever the fuck. Yeah, Moff Gideon.
He's great.
He's like, I love that they took someone with like a friendly face and he uses it to be so like evil and creepy.
Such an ass, yeah.
Such an ass. But like I don't like he has like a nice looking face, I think. Yeah. Like he looks friendly. Like I'm like, I would be friends with that guy.
I could
and then he
like
talk
to him.
Talks.
Yeah.
Also, capes are cool.
Capes are pretty cool.
Every character with a cape. Sorry, Edna mode. I'm sorry.
Okay, we should probably talk about, the main character.
Yeah, I suppose.
The Mandalorian, Mando, as some may call him. I think he's terribly difficult to figure out, and I love that.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it.
I think Pedro Pascal and his body doubles do such an excellent job at conveying how he's feeling through
absolutely.
Yeah, emotion through movement is
absolutely
so good.
I worked as a birthday party mascot. That shit's hard.
Yeah. No, like, yeah, the body language is incredible. Like the voice acting, if I guess you're gonna call it voice acting because you can't see his like mouth moving.
Exactly.
Recorded it separately.
Oh, did they really? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
He's not even in Sanctuary.
Oh.
All his body doubles.
Nice.
I love that.
Well, nice. Really?
Yeah.
That's wild.
It's very interesting.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they're very good. It's like you forget that he's wearing a mask. Like
yeah, it's like you know him the entire time. And it makes it even better when the mask is taken off. Which I have thoughts. about that entire series of events. Oh, just thinking about it now, I'm just like, oh, so good.
Mhm.
Okay. I think it's time for some controversial opinions, some hot takes, if you
Mhm.
will. So, hot take that I have seen online. I do not necessarily own this take.
Okay.
However, online they are saying that people did not like episode 5. Yeah.
The gunslinger.
Yes, the gunslinger episode, because
Oh.
it relied way too much on nostalgia of seeing seeing A New Hope. Like,
Right.
relied way too much on it. You know, we're back on Tatooine,
Yeah.
back in Mos Eisley. Like, it relied. Yeah. What do y'all think?
That's interesting. I was gonna say, I guess I wouldn't have really the nostalgia. I didn't watch.
Mhm.
I don't think I saw any of the Star Wars until I was way older. Like,
Mhm.
I was gonna say I didn't like that episode as much just because that guy showed up and I was like, I do not trust you for
Yeah,
a second.
immediately.
But also like, I don't like, it was fine, but it was definitely like kind of removed from the story. Like nothing that happens there is like super pertinent. And I don't know, I love a good filler episode, but it just wasn't my favorite, I guess.
No, I actually have that written down too. Like that one, and I'd honestly argue the next one as well.
Yeah,
like filler to
I
me.
agree.
It's
I agree.
extremely strange for an 8-episode series.
Yeah.
I think they either embrace the more
It's a
episodic
choice.
nature,
Yeah.
or make it more of a through line. I think they tried to blend it to not the most strong effect. And here's the thing, I have a deep love for Ming-Na Wen, and I was so excited to see her. And Star Wars is no longer allowed to kill women. I've declared it. They're not allowed anymore.
Yeah.
I'm tired. Like, what? So the first trilogy we got Natalie Portman dead. Leia is now dead. Ming-Na Wen is now dead. Jyn Erso is dead. Rey died for a minute there.
We knew Jyn Erso was gonna die.
Yeah.
The beginning of that movie, you were like, none of these characters.
Right. I love that movie.
But Star Wars is not allowed to kill women.
It's great, but like,
anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's
fair.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah, I do think that episode relied a lot on us making connections to the fourth movie, and I don't think it was really worth it. Like, I didn't need the hapless like connection to Han Solo of the guy with the blaster and his feet up on the table. I didn't need it. I just think it was yeah. That's the hot take.
Yeah. I wrote about that episode. The first thing that I wrote was, this boring ass real world looking pilot man.
There you go.
Get out of here. That's how you know he's really evil. And then he explodes.
However,
yeah.
I love episode 6, and we will get to it. It is one of my favorites.
I don't hate it, but I definitely feel the like filler thing and the like way that they.
I get that it's filler, but I love it.
Yeah.
Any hot takes from anybody else?
I should have written these down separately.
So, in Sanctuary, we meet Cara Dune and the young hot widow.
Yes.
Who is shaping up to be his love interest.
Of course.
Cara himself. I have no idea why you would see Cara Dune and this woman and choose that lady over Cara Dune.
I just unplugged my headphones. 1 second.
I
have something to say about this. This was my hot take.
Okay.
I think he's a fool for not choosing her. I think they could be an awesome battle couple. Okay. That's my ship opinions.
Right.
It's funny, okay, because I have something written down about that exact thing, which is that I wanted to talk about, and like this is kind of expected, but because it's expected, I wanted to talk about like the fact that you introduce these two awesome like women, and they show them both being like really competent and like, you know, interesting and like emotionally connecting with Mando, and obviously the one who's a mom and who's feminine and who, you know, like traditional like love interest obviously is the love interest. That being said, I don't ship Cara and Mando because I think they're better as friends. Like I just really love a good battle friendship with like banter and shit. But I see your point with choosing Omera over Cara, and I support that fully. And I think there's a conversation to be had about all of the love interests always being the like uber feminine woman.
There's definitely a conversation there.
But
yeah, I don't know. I didn't see Kara ever going for anything like that, is the thing.
Yeah.
Is like Kara
not to.
Well, no, she can if she wants to.
Yeah.
She's
but
not
like
really human.
She is.
She does what the writers do.
I mean, yeah. But no, I just like the way that she was written. It just seemed like the character would just be, no, I'm good on my own. She's a lone wolf.
Yeah.
She is.
Yeah.
Like
I think, well, and that's where my bias comes in, is that I'm like, I see her and I'm like, yes, don't tie her down. Like, don't make her just a romantic subplot. Like, give her her own like arc and stuff. I love it. So that's my thought on that. I respect your ship. I don't necessarily ship it myself.
Yeah. All right. Any other hot takes we have on the series? I'm trying to think.
I have a comment
okay.
that I don't think is a hot take, but it opens up a world of hot takes.
Okay.
So in the first episode, the guy he's trying to catch is talking about Life Day, which is the celebration from the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Okay.
Does this make
it's
the Star
canon.
Wars Holiday Special canon?
Yes.
I don't know what that means.
It makes me sad, but yes.
Scares me.
So
we'll do a watch along.
Okay.
We're gonna do a watch along.
There's so many things that you guys are gonna have me watch.
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We'll do a watch along on that one.
Okay.
It's so good.
It opens up so much.
It's so good. I love it to pieces. Okay. Let's go over. Can we go over favorite episodes?
Yeah.
Like
for sure.
episode that was your favorite. I've already said it. Episode 6 is my favorite.
Wow,
Interesting.
It is my favorite in the series because of the Mando goes Rambo.
True, but he doesn't actually go Rambo.
No, he doesn't kill anybody.
Well, debatable. Somebody's gonna die in that last scene.
Yes. However, I think it's great.
No, I do too.
I think just him just taking on everybody at the same and just stalking and doing what we know he does best and seeing him like at full power it's amazing and so much fun where he controls the setting is super cool. As well as I really enjoy all of the extras in that one. Most notably Bill Blair's character. He's very funny. He's the guy that has the extra gun.
Right.
Yeah. For him and stuff. He's a very funny human.
I did appreciate the gun.
Yeah. So episode 6 is my favorite because I really enjoy, and also the lighting and scene design in like when it's just the red lights and stuff is so cool.
It is an excellently shot series.
It is.
Like
it's
very
just in general, yeah.
The backlighting, backlighting gets me. The like way they use like the wind and the
Okay, I actually saw a video on how they did at least most of the outdoor shots. I don't know about the indoor shots. So all of the outdoor shots, basically they're shooting in front of giant LED screens like around them. And then they have the pictures of the scenes up behind them. So like the cavern scene at the beginning of, I think it's episode 2, where he's like in that cavern. That's not outside at all. That is all an enclosed set with screens behind him.
Interesting.
So cool.
And it has realistic lighting and stuff. I'll send you guys a video and I'll
for sure.
I'll link it in the description of the YouTube. But it is like 100, like almost 360-degree screens around them, and with just all the lighting and stuff that they can like do. It's super cool.
It's insane.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, I'm gonna
favorite episode.
Okay, I do. I have something to say about what you just said.
Yes.
Which is that like I totally get it. This actually also ties into my favorite episode, but I don't know if we want to do. Should we use it as a jumping point? Okay, so the thing I have to say about what you just said is that it's definitely cool to see him like kick ass and control the entire like setting and stuff.
Yes.
But one of my favorite parts, my favorite episode is the first episode. One of my favorite parts of the first episode is that I went in with like no expectations, but I like was expecting like, okay, he's like a bounty hunter, he's like cool, like,
Yeah.
you know, like they're gonna show him being cool and stuff. And then like one of the first things they show is like a very competent person being extremely bad at something but persevering montage. And that's like one of my favorite things ever. So like it's great that like I love seeing him kick ass, but I also like
Yes.
I enjoy a flawed protagonist.
Yeah.
Like that is one of my like thing. Like if the protagonist is not flawed, then I will latch onto all the side characters and I won't care. But like, so I do enjoy it, but the fact that like he just goes full tilt in episode 6 and just like does everything is like, I'm like, okay, like, and I mean he like they get him into the cell, but it doesn't take him that long to get out of the cell. But it is, I mean, it's like a Prison Break episode is definitely fun, especially from like a bounty hunter perspective. You don't like
the turn from heist into like me against everybody else Terminator style.
Yeah, sure.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Or like Doom Guy.
Yeah.
Is
also
better.
Yeah, and the whole ending really got me because I was like, I really thought he killed them all.
Yep.
And then the like tracker thing, I was like, that's smart. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, but if we want to talk about my favorite episode, I think it has to be the first one. Actually.
Episode 1.
Which I mean, okay, Queel is introduced.
Of course. Of course.
The least amount of Baby Yoda for you.
Of course.
I enjoy the first episode.
It's so good.
I really like. I think it's a good introduction to Mando, and I think it's a good introduction to like the setting and like what's going on.
It's good at getting you back into Star Wars, I think.
Yeah. And for someone who's not very into Star Wars, it was good for me.
It's good at like, we're gonna dip our toes in the water. You're gonna see some alien creatures and things, but it's not gonna be too bad. Like you're gonna be fine.
The very first thing I wrote down, and I've told both of you, but for the listeners, I wrote this so many times, is that Star Wars has such great costumes, such great settings, such great the soundtrack too, but like the costumes was the thing I kept focusing on because I was like, oh my gosh, I need a Mandalorian costume and I need it now.
Mandalorian is honestly the coolest by far.
Yeah,
so cool. Dude, so cool. So like the very first shot, I like started up the show. I'm like, all right, I don't have very many expectations. Like I know it's supposed to be good and like I'll probably like it, but like let's just see. They do that opening shot and I'm like, okay.
Okay, I'm done. I'm done.
Okay.
And can we talk about that first fight scene as well in the bar that ends with him chopping the dude in half with the door? So cool.
You never thought opening and closing doors could be so vicious.
Several times he does that actually.
Nice. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Consistent. At least in episode 6, he does, and he doesn't crush him, but he does do it twice. And then what I wrote. Okay, so one other thing I wrote is that like when they have the IG-11 for the first time, and they're showing him doing the spinning thing with all the animation was so cool.
Yeah.
All of the spinning parts and the like spinning and the way they filmed it like around.
Yeah.
And showed all of the like
everything happening at once.
It was very good. I love that sequence. Was very cool.
That scene is super cool.
And the banter was really good. I like. I don't know why. I was like, oh, like a bounty hunter, it'll be like more serious or something. Like I don't know. It's like darker. I don't know. Not darker, but you know. But like the banter and stuff was good and like was so much more prevalent. So I just like the first episode, I was like, oh, like I'm into this. Like I'm not just watching it for this. Like I'm into it. So. Yeah, that's what I have to say.
One thing the whole series does well, but I think the Mandalorian first episode does especially well, is like taking established Star Wars lore and using it in new and fun and interesting ways that I don't think a lot of other Star Wars properties do, for focusing on new lore instead of other stuff. But I think this series does it so well in the first episode with like the Mandalorian culture, the IP droids, like
the culture, everything with the we don't have a name for her, do we? The
covert
blacksmith.
Well,
the covert, but like the blacksmith lady, she's so cool. I'm like, that I would kill to be her.
Yes.
They just have her listed as the armorer, so yeah.
Okay, the armorer. She's so cool. And they introduced her in episode 1 too. So.
I think for my favorite episode, I am going to go with the finale.
The finale, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just think they did so well wrapping it up. Like, we got some new Star Wars lore. feels like a little like J.J. Abrams called him up and like, hey, I need you to establish something really quick.
Yep.
But I think it's fun, and they should have had healing all along. Let's be real. I feel like that's in the Jedi skill set. But the fight scenes are so good. Mando getting injured. Can we talk about that scene? I think.
Oh yes, let's talk about it.
It's actually a part of it's one of my perfect scenes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
And it's also in my quotable lines. So like there's a whole bunch of stuff. So perfect scene. I need to remove your hell. I need to remove your hell if I am to save you. Try it and I'll kill you. It's forbidden. No living thing has seen me without my helmet since I swore the creed. I am not a living thing.
Yeah.
I think that is a perfect amalgamation of heart and emotion as well as comedy. And I think that is
I love
a very good thing.
I love a like prophecy or like a rule or something that you break with like semantics.
Yes.
Like, okay, a droid's technically not living.
Yeah.
So therefore
I am allowed to see you with your helmet off.
And his like connection as he takes it off and he's sweaty and dying.
Yeah.
We get to see Pedro Pascal's face.
Which is always a good time.
Highly recommended face.
And then the next one is immediately after that. Once we see his face, it's you have suffered damage to your central processing unit.
Yes.
My brain. That was a joke. It was meant to put you at ease.
Yes.
I think, those are the two quotes that I wrote down because I was like, I love this.
So
I think it's so good.
Yeah, but that last episode though,
it gets you, especially if you love
crying.
I will say there's one flaw in this episode, and it is Arm 2D2. I hate it.
When it stood up.
This Lovecraftian horror with arms and legs, and I hate it so much.
It just kept standing. I was like, how far is it? Is it getting on top of the pile of dirt? No, it just has.
It just is.
It's just like that. Here's my flaw that I had with that episode.
Okay.
It's not a flaw because you need it to happen because it's a TV show. Why do the good guys never go track down the like downed ship of the big bad? Like, why do you leave it there? Why do you not check?
Just leave it.
They're not dead. They're never dead. Shoot them again.
The dark saber. We haven't talked about the dark saber.
Oh, dude, I was going crazy.
Such a big fan of the dark saber and its place in Mandalorian culture. I think it's such a cool design. I think it's so dang cool to see it in real life.
Yeah.
I'm excited for season 2 just for that, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
I saw him cutting it out. I was like, wait, what the fuck? Like, he has a lightsaber? Like, what do you mean he has a lightsaber? And they like climbed out and I was like, I don't know what this is, but I love it.
I love it.
This is everything.
Oh, it is. It's gonna be definitely gonna be interesting in season 2.
I think
I'm so excited.
If we're talking about the last episode specifically and also like favorite scenes, I love when Moff Gideon starts calling them all out by name.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
And really just digging into them. It's the best way to do an exposition dump on all of your characters is to just be like, oh, you don't know the people in your room? Well, I'll tell you who's in your room right now.
And again, they used to like perfect effect. Like this guy looks like so friendly and he's like not talking in like a like evil quote unquote way. Like it's a very like I just want to talk, man. I just want to talk with you and you and you and tell you about all your flaws with a smile.
Also, the flashback to Mando's backstory and his parents running away, putting him in the box, just made me realize how many Star Wars parents put their children in boxes. Like, seriously, I was trying to write them all down. And I was like, okay, so we have Mando, we have Jyn Erso, we have Ezra Bridger, and Rey if we count Jakku.
So it's all the new ones.
Yeah.
It's all just put him in a
new
box.
Backstory.
It just put him in a box. That's the new.
We can also count Luke with Tatooine if Tatooine is a box. He feels like it is.
Yep, he feels.
Amnesiac protagonists are out. Box protagonists are in.
box protagonists. Oh my gosh. Okay. Any other perfect scenes? I think there is one in season 1. Well, there's 2 not season 1. There's episode 1. There's 2 in episode 1. One where Mando learns to ride the big monsters.
Again, I mentioned it before. I love a highly competent person being really
Yes.
bad at something but persevering and getting it in
Yes.
the end. Love, love, love,
Mhm.
love, love.
And the swerve of killing IG-11.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
good.
Yes,
Again,
at the end of episode 1. I love
I
it.
was like very much like, oh, this guy's a character. Like this robot,
Yeah.
this robot
Just
just
the
like,
first episode.
okay, no, he's just gone. Oh, okay.
And I'm also a fan of the trope of like the gunshot going off and someone was pointing it, and then you
Mhm.
realize they weren't the one that shot it, someone
Yeah.
else shot them.
They did it a couple of
Pirates of
times.
the Caribbean.
Mhm.
They also did it in Sanctuary
Yeah.
at the end. Oh my, okay, can I just say, this is not a perfect scene, but this is just a like, Manda, what are you doing thing, is like, he was really gonna leave the child there.
Yep.
Like, thank God that bounty hunter tracked them down, because he was really gonna leave the child there.
Man.
What are you thinking?
He's just
that
he's
and
a
when he
terrible
comes
stepdad.
Yeah, that and when he comes back to like bring the bounty back, and he's just walking around with the like thing
Yeah.
open. And he's
Mhm.
just like through the street. I'm like,
Bro.
what are you, dude? You just saw 2 other people with the bounty for the same, like they had
Yeah.
fobs,
Yeah.
and you're just gonna walk through a guild thing like
Oh
with
my
all
gosh.
of the bounty hunters with the just carriage
Yeah.
open. Okay, I don't know if there's a creed that you can't like do that, but like I was like, what are you doing? The trust thing. That's the trust thing again. He
would
trusts
been-
everyone too much.
It would have been different if he hadn't seen the other bounty hunters.
Exactly. Especially, okay, even if he had only seen the IG-11,
Yeah.
the fact that he sees more, I'm
Yeah.
like,
You should
dude.
know this is probably a little bit more cargo than what you've been
Dude.
dealing with.
What are you thinking?
For my scene,
Yes.
I'm gonna go with the Baby Yoda Force reveal.
Oh yeah.
Getting his ass kicked. Can I appreciate how much he gets his ass kicked?
Yes.
So many
Kicked a lot.
protagonists
Yes.
are untouchable, but he just,
Yes.
Mhm.
ooh boy, takes
Again.
it.
Love a not untouchable
Yes.
protagonist.
Like he's in the mud, he's bleeding, he's being trampled, he's definitely going to die, and then just the floating over him.
The like
Baby Yoda
resignation,
talking out.
like when he's holding the knife right before Yoda like
he's
has him
like, no,
floating.
I'm done. Here we go. Yeah.
Also, one thing about that scene, right before he gets knocked into the mud, he totally has like a dirt ass handprint. I'm just saying. I wrote this down because I thought it was funny.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
not, but it looks like it.
I love it. Oh my gosh. I really enjoy this series, guys.
It's really good.
It's good.
However, it's got some flaws. What are they? What do we think some flaws are of this series? If any.
Right. Well, I think we've mentioned a couple,
Mm-hmm.
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely the structural issues. I actually was
Yeah.
curious about the writers, so I looked it up.
Mhm.
And 2 episodes are not written solely by John Favreau, and that
Okay.
is the 2 we've talked about.
Is it
Interesting.
5 and 6?
It does feel like it, so that like makes sense.
Yeah.
They do feel different.
Mm-hmm.
But I would argue Sanctuary kind of belongs in that category as
Yeah.
well.
No, I agree.
Like I feel like you could tell a very similar story if you went Mandalorian, The Child, The Sin, The Reckoning, Redemption.
Oh, The Sin.
Mhm.
I had to rewatch The Sin like 3 times.
It's so good.
It's such a good one.
Yeah. Oh, I have a note written down for that, for a line. Just they threw in that "I'm your only hope" as a threat, and I kind of liked that.
Yes.
That was kind of a fun nod. Because I've seen that movie.
One flaw that I kind of had, and this is just, it's more of a newer thing in Disney properties,
Mhm.
is them needing to be funny. Granted, Mandalorian, he's allowed to be funny. I enjoy a lot of the quips and a lot of the things. I just think sometimes some really gritty stuff is happening, and I want us to focus on that.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's the has to be funny formula kind of hurts it a little bit for me.
Yeah.
Joss
No,
Whedon did a number on Society.
Yeah.
Mhm. I wholeheartedly believe that, like, especially if you're gonna do something, well, you don't have to do this, but like I appreciate more when something has really serious moments, but also like comedic relief. Like I think there's a good balance to have there. But when you do it in the middle of one of the other, like if you do something in the middle of the tone being completely different, it's like breaks the like you don't. That's not a good balance.
And like we've said,
you can
it's
use it to strengthen or to weaken.
Yeah,
your
exactly.
argument.
and like we've said, it's been used well. It's been well in the series, like with the IG-11 and IG-11 and Mando stuff. But I just think it's used a little too often for my liking. But yeah, that was the big one for me. Anybody else got any flaws that they can think about?
Is it Shin or Quinn? Why did they pronounce it differently? Because what is Mayfeld, because they go with Xion, right, which is a Chinese pronunciation. And then Mayfeld calls him Shin, which would also be a Chinese pronunciation.
Yeah.
But then the Mandalorian calls him Quinn twice. So what's the truth? Hey,
I don't
Disney,
know.
what's the truth?
I don't know. I would probably go with what the Mandalorian said.
He said it twice.
Yeah.
So I just noticed that on Reddit.
Gotcha. Did you have anything, Haley, of flaws about the series?
I already talked about the filler and R2-D2 and the fact that Tara isn't the love interest.
Yeah. Okay.
I have one more.
Yeah.
With the reoccurring motif of frogs and Baby Yoda eating them and them commenting on how he's a carnivore, is he going to eat someone? Why do they keep bringing it up? Do they think it's funny?
I'm pretty sure they talked about it. I'm pretty sure Yoda did the same thing.
Does Yoda just eat frogs?
I think so.
Wow.
How do you think he survived?
He just ate frogs.
Well, he stole all of Luke's food, so I'm just thinking people crash land on Dagobah and he steals all their food, waits for them to die, eats them.
All right.
That's the plan.
So season 2 is coming out here pretty soon. I believe the date right now is October. Coming out in October, so we'll probably do season 2. But what are our predictions for season 2? What do you want to see? What do you think we will see? I mean, Baby Yoda is going to come back as teenage Baby Yoda.
What? No.
Teenage
really?
Yoda. Yes. Yeah, teenage Yoda.
50 years old.
50 years. Hang on. 50 years to be like a toddler.
Yeah. No.
So how?
Yep. Guys.
Mando's just an old man.
They're gonna do what they did to Groot because it seemed to work.
I hate that. Disney, stop reusing.
No.
They killed off Quill before he could elaborate on the Force thing because he was like, oh, I've heard of this. And then they moved on. And then they killed him. Yes. I'm very sad about it. And then they killed the last thing he had left, which was the robot that he programmed. And I'm also upset about it. I don't think those are issues with it. I'm just sad. I would like them. I mean, obviously, they're going to have to get into more of like Yoda's species and stuff, right?
Definitely.
Maybe not even in this next season. I don't know how long they're planning on doing this, but I would like them to. I don't know. It's interesting because I've always from the like pretty much only seen the like big movies and stuff in Star Wars, and you pretty much always see that from a Jedi's perspective, right? So like obviously like I know what the Force is, but it's interesting that like all of these characters don't.
There's no
like I have no idea.
I think one of the things I do think is actually going to happen is I think there's going to be a training or a like Mando beginning to teach the Mandalorian ways to either of the people who are with him at the moment. So or I guess he just walks off with.
Yeah, he flies. He actually flies off.
He flies off. Sorry. I think he will begin to teach and kind of a foundling like teacher aspect. I think that's going to be interesting.
That is interesting.
I know that he passed on his like old symbol to the child, but like I want the child to have the Mudhorn symbol. Like they made such a big deal out of the like Mudhorn signet, and then like it looks cool as shit.
Yes.
But they only give it to him, and she was like, "You're like a clan of 2," and I'm like, "Where is his signet?"
Where's his signet?
I don't know. That's probably not how it works, but I was really enjoying all the Mandalorian culture stuff that we saw, and I know that we've like left the covert and stuff, but I'd love to see more of it. I feel like it'll probably come out like you said, with like a training montage or something. And I'd love to see more. I think it's really interesting.
Yeah. I think there's got to be a cool ass jetpack fight. I'm very
Heck
Yes.
excited for a
yes.
jetpack
Heck
fight.
yes.
I'm waiting for the learning to jetpack.
Mm-hmm.
A la Iron Man 1, where he's
Mhm.
just like flying up against things.
Mhm.
I'm here for it. I can't
I
wait.
know.
And then
I
just
was
have Baby Yoda eating a frog in the corner.
right. Of course. Yeah, I was expecting it actually because she was like, it's not gonna like the armor was like, it won't listen to you until you like learn it,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
But then it did.
Then it did.
What's up with that? How come he was so good at it? He had a head injury.
I think we'll probably also see the return of the sexy widow. I think
Yeah.
she's got to come back. I think
Probably.
Okay,
she's,
here's
like,
the thing though.
the
You keep
ideal
How,
of
how does she,
family for
how
him.
does she get off the planet?
you keep calling her the sexy widow, but like to be fair, her costume is not like sexy. Like
Well,
it's
that's what Carrot calls her, isn't it?
oh, is it? I did
Oh,
not
yeah.
She
remember
calls her
that.
the like young hot
Oh,
widow.
you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Okay, that's fair then. Never mind. That is
Also
something to call
think
her.
that someone's going to see his face. Maybe the widow.
Mm.
Oh no, I think it's gonna be Baby Yoda.
Oh,
That's cute. I take
very
it back. I
interesting.
want that to happen.
Yeah. I think if
Interesting.
anybody does, it'll be him. And
Mhm.
it'll be some like initiation into Mando.
Do you think like on Mandalore where like all the adults are wearing helmets all the time, like does that do weird things to expressions of people who were like born there? Like what do like do they make the same kind of facial expressions as like real people? They're not gonna get into this. This is just the kind of like cultural
How they got to this point, because in Rebels, which takes place right before
Mhm.
episode 4,
Mhm.
they're
Yeah.
taking off their helmets left and right. Like,
Interesting.
this is a new thing that I'm very
Yeah.
curious how they got there.
Well, it must have been sometime in between Rebels and the end of Jedi.
Which is like
So
10 years? 15 maybe?
something like that.
We see teenage Leia.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh yeah. So yeah. Well, I mean, and there's also the point in between Jedi and the new series, or like
Which is
a
10
lot.
years. I looked it up.
It's only 10
Oh, okay.
years.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Why does Luke look so old? Well, they're all just really old.
Oh no, 10 years from the end of Return of the Jedi to Mandalorian.
Got
Oh,
it.
okay. That makes a bit more sense.
Yes.
Okay, I thought you were talking to Rise of.
They just age really quickly.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Aliens, man.
Also, I think we're going to
Aliens.
get some references to the real Yoda. I think they won't be able to resist any longer. They're
Mhm.
looking into Jedi stuff. They're looking into Yoda stuff. They're going to
Yeah.
find some reference to Yoda
Mhm.
himself.
Maybe they'll go to one of the old Jedi temples.
Ooh, that could be cool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, they're all abandoned at this point. Like, if nobody's heard of Jedis except for Luke, and even most of them probably haven't heard of Luke. Like going to an old Jedi temple and looking up stuff, that could be cool. I'd be excited for that, especially if we get to use the sets from the prequels.
Did
We get to use those. That'd be fun.
they build any sets for the prequels?
Probably not. No, they built the summer home. The summer home in the second one. I'm almost positive there was like a set that they built.
The
for it.
only thing they needed
Yeah.
for the infamous sand line, the best line
sand.
in the Star Wars universe.
Well.
Yes, I predict sand in season 2.
Oh, so much sand. Okay.
No, I predict more cool outfits. I better
Yes.
get more cool costumes.
Mhm.
It's gonna happen,
yeah.
but I want
And
them.
more amazing music.
Yes.
So
Mando's
good.
theme
The Western
is so
vibe.
good.
What is I meant to look it up before we started and I forgot. Do you guys know what instrument it is they used to do the wind instrument, the like
I have no clue.
motif? It's so cool.
I have no clue. I would love
It's
to figure
so
it out.
cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's like a pan flute or something.
Yeah, probably.
I don't
but
know. I want to know.
It's very cool. I like how they used it.
Okay.
And I
Mhm.
think my final prediction
Mhm.
is
Final prediction.
that the Darksaber is there to make it into Mando's hands so he can reunite the Mandalorians.
Gotcha.
Again.
So like a little Chekhov's gun type deal.
Yes. I think it's going to be the season finale. He's going to get it, not know what to do with it.
And then
the next season, we'll
season
explore
3 will be
how
learning.
All right.
Okay.
dig it.
I'm down. We do see, from what I know, what I've seen of Clone Wars, We do see Darksabers in Clone Wars a bit too.
Yeah. Well,
And
it's the same Darksaber.
it is the same? Gotcha.
Yes, because there was one from a Mandalorian Jedi, and then the Mandalorians broke in and took it after he died, and so now it's the symbol of the leader of Mandalore that can unite all the clans and stuff.
Gotcha.
Lore.
Yeah, I'm excited.
This is why we're friends. You can give me all that sweet lore.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Young Haley had a Mandalore phase. Let's be real. Death Watch is a cool name.
It's true. Oh, Death Watch.
Obi-Wan's love interest was a Mandalorian. I wanted that to be me. We all know this.
Oh my gosh.
Let's delve into Haley's psyche. Hang on. Put the episode on pause.
Haley wants to be with Daddy Kenobi.
No.
That's what he
okay,
is
and on that note.
That's what he is in that show. You can't change my mind. Okay. All right, let's start wrapping things up with what parts should we give to our kind of recipe of the Mandalorian? I'm going to give 2 parts for super fun characters because they're all super cool and I enjoy them all. 2 parts fun characters. 1 part legacy because the legacy of the Star Wars series, it's iconic and we all know it. Whether they are good or bad or whatever you care for in the Star Wars series, you know the name Star Wars.
It's true.
And another part for visual effects because they're all very good. Those are the ones that I have written down, my friends.
Yeah, I don't know if it counts as a visual effect, but 2 parts for costumes from me.
Parts for costumes.
I love the and like costumes, makeup, and all of that stuff is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Apart for like, no, this doesn't make sense to put it as a part, but like it wasn't exactly what I expected, and I appreciate that. So apart for like
surprising me,
yeah, surprising me. Yeah, there were some good like episode endings and stuff in that too. That like aside from just the whole thing, like that really got me. So that was good.
And Haley,
I'm gonna throw in 2 parts world building. I think they do such a good job just keeping everything on track and using it well.
There you go.
And a part just making your brain go,
Yep.
Yeah. You're right. You should say it.
Yep. A part for just blowing my mind every at the end of every episode. Just honestly watching it week by week was tough to do because there was just so much like, but where are we going from here? What's going on? Why? I'm
Especially
so glad that I'm just able to binge.
2.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I'm just able to binge at this point.
Yeah. I think I watched like 3 all in a row and then I watched 6 or something like that. It was like very much in a row that I was watching them just now, which was nice for me.
All right, everybody. So I believe that ends this episode of the Partware Podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at the Partware Podcast, and we will be uploading this every Tuesday, as well as we'll probably start here in the next couple weeks doing some watch-alongs. I know we've talked about watching the live-action Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I committed to that.
And now the Star Wars Christmas special. We'll
I
see
committed
what
to
we
that
start
too.
doing next. Next week, we are going to be watching Angel Beats, and we're going to be watching and talking about Angel Beats. This is one of Megan's favorite anime.
The second anime I ever saw and one of my favorites. I think it came out back in like 2010 or something.
I am super excited. I've already watched a couple of the episodes right before recording this, and I'm already in. I'm very
excited to talk about it.
All right. Well, thank you.
Also, last thing, I'm gonna, I think, try to put together some transcripts for these episodes, maybe.
Okay.
But we'll keep you guys posted, just in case that's something that anyone's interested in.
Yeah.
Because I know that kind of thing helps me sometimes.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks for letting us be a part of your day.
Oh, we're ending on that, aren't we? All right, everybody. See you later. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.